So now we're ready, the race is underway, the first lap going off, the preliminary lap of course. Leading the field on that lap is car number 41, that's Mark Hillman. Then number 3, Larry Reid, number 20, Alan Manning. Barry Powell's out there with the smaller Caravan, glass falling out as he goes around. 43 is being driven by Paul Cossey this time, and he's turned his Caravan over on the preliminary lap. There it is, it's gone over on the first possible attempt. But it's not just a matter of the bodywork going, it's a matter of, oh, the race is underway now, look at that. Well, if ever you've got frustrated by a Caravan, I think you're going to enjoy this one. Matchwood flying everywhere off the backs of the Caravans. I think Larry Reid's got the lead there going into that turn already. Andy Apsley's Caravan's gone, and now the car being spun, the trailer whipping round. Pile up there on the turn, that Caravan going over on the preliminary lap, not helping things. And Apsley's just got a trailer now with no wood on. There's Larry Reid. Well, it's a 16-lap race, although they are prone to let things go a little longer if it's interesting. I think it could well turn out that way. Already bodies flying off everywhere. There it goes into the turn, and in turn also Alan Manning getting a jackknife, bashing in there, and the bodywork being dragged along the track. Well, this race is always traditionally known as a race, but on the other hand, it often turns out to be more of a destruction derby. Well, Andy Apsley's lost his trailer, so he's out of the race, waiting on the infield. There goes Manning in 20. Graham Edmonds' Caravan, just a load of wood being trailed along. Bit of a disappointment there, though, for Paul Cossey to lose the Caravan even before the race had started. Debris everywhere. And so now there's still a couple of those bodies still out there. There's Larry Reid in number 3. It looks like we brought him a bit of luck, leading the way at the moment. Larry Reid in the lead with number 3, followed closely by that yellow Caravan being towed by banger number 41. That's Mark Hillman. And he's getting a bit strung out at the moment, although at the moment Graham Edmonds closing in on the back straight with his trailer trying to go into that car, Mark Hillman's car on the turn. Larry Reid still with a comfortable lead. Oh, and there's the Caravan taking a bashing. Looks like it's come off its mountings, the car trapped, and that Caravan a very tempting sight. That's a big one that he's trailing there. Still the Borough Council one, still going behind Mark Hillman. Alan Manning with that huge trailer still surviving. Larry Reid is there. So now we've had a couple of quiet laps where the Caravans have been surviving. Oh, there, straight into it. Just as I said that one becomes part of the wreck statistics here. Alan Manning running into the back of it now. It's going up in the air. Oh, look, straight into the debris. He's got his problems, not only with the trailer. The front suspension has completely collapsed on Barry Powell's car, so it appears. No, it's still there. But certainly the front and the back of the car, not too healthy, not to mention the Caravan. There goes Manning through, and there's that problem car. So now, Larry Reid coming under pressure from Alan Manning. Manning, one of the top drivers on the ordinary banger circuit here, and taking the Caravan out. Tactics here, if you can't get the car, just go for the Caravan. And Larry Reid having his problems there. That Caravan getting well and truly wedged in the fence, and of course the jackknifing a problem as well. In the meantime, Graham Edmonds comes through. He takes the lead now, as Manning has his problems with Larry Reid. So Barry Hillman goes, and he's certainly escaped all problems. The Caravan's virtually intact there. That Sedgemoor Borough Council truck. In the meantime, there's mayhem going on the other turn. There you can see it, Graham Edmonds. He's not got much of his Caravan left, just got the trailer, but ramming Alan Manning around there. Larry Reid going the wrong way. He's decided it's more interesting that way. And the whole bodywork now collapsing on the back of his trailer. Well, now Larry Reid has got his sights on that intact trailer. And in the meantime, the swing round off the back of that one, and that one's gone completely now off the trailer of car number 20, Alan Manning. So now, Carpenter's Field Day. Wood everywhere. Anybody want a bit of firewood? I think they're going to get plenty here at Smeatharpe in this race. Certainly interesting tactics, and Mark Hillman getting completely wedged in there. And that's becoming now more like a cycle race. Gradually freeing themselves after a bit of cat and mouse. Hillman going onto the infield as away goes Reed with half the Caravan hanging off. Oh, just think I had my hand on that very door. In fact, the bit that I had my hand on is the only bit that's left on there, I think. Certainly, I don't think that one's going to see North Wales ever again. So here we go, a few frustrations being worked out. All those times you got trapped on the road behind these Caravans. Why can't you get them out of the way? This is one way. I don't recommend it outside of Bangor track. Hillman in trouble once more. Now he's getting in trouble. That Caravan still looks suspiciously intact. Well, now the Caravan's intact. Larry Reed, well, he's still got part of it up there, and Mark Hillman's got the whole of his Caravan left. I think that's going to present a tempting target as it goes off. It's painted yellow so they can see it. Surprised they haven't found it yet. Oh, and there's the car going over on the turn. Well, that one looks a bit rough. Oh, well, there the humour going a little sour as the car went over. Graham Edmund in there, and of course he was the one that had the problems over the tow bar. He's okay though, getting out of the car. All right then, the race not spoiled. Edmund's okay. So spectacular roll over there. Well, somebody else picked up a trophy earlier. On the car's on fire, in fact. Smoke billowing out on the bottom turn here at Smeatharpe. Looks like there's no risk though to anyone. Les Reed hitting the infield as Mark Hillman goes round by the pit turn. There's the burned out car. You can see the flames going through, appearing through the hole in the front. Hit the debris and over he went going into the turn. Alan Manning's out of things at the moment. He's just got a trailer there now. And in fact it's Larry Reed, Mark Hillman who are still running. And Hillman's got a lovely preserved Caravan there. The wheels on his car aren't too healthy though. There goes Reed. He looks in with a chance of finishing. I think it's going to be a matter of who's the last person running. In the meantime, the fire extinguisher's being applied to that on-fire car, and that, you can see all the wood there from the Caravans catching light. The spectators moving back, the fire extinguisher's being played on the car. There's a little bit of concern though, there's petrol in that car and it's on fire. Indeed, I think our commentary point's not too far from that car. This could be our last ever commentary. In the meantime, the race has been halted for obvious reasons. And as soon as they get this mic down, I'm getting out of here. No, it looks like they've got the situation under control, as long as that doesn't spread to the fuel tank. Obviously a worrying moment. I think we'll all racing forgotten about. And I think in reality, I think we better get our cameraman down from there, because that could turn nasty as that car goes up in flames. Mind you, that car really on flames, on fire now. That's its last race. And real curse going against Graham Edmund here this afternoon. He had the problems over some lunatic unlatching his Caravan, loosening the bolts in the pits, and now overturning the car. Well, it looked good at the time, but there again, the danger's coming through now. See the smoke coming up, and the winner declared as being Graham Edmund. So despite the fact that Mark Hillman was the only driver to keep his Caravan relatively intact, it was a race win for Mark Hillman. Indeed, it was given to Mark Hillman. Graham Edmund, of course, the car overturned and on fire. The winner, Mark Hillman in car 41 and an intact Caravan. In the meantime, though, we leave Graham Edmund's car as an epitaph to that race, burning away. So now let's take a look at the aftermath of this. Some tracks tend to race the Caravan race during the meeting rather than at the end. And obviously Smeatharpe deciding it's better to race it at the end, because as you can see, it's going to take quite a while to get the cleaners out and get that stuff out of the way. Of course, all that wood around, any fire from a car immediately catches things. There's Les Reed's Caravan, still got that door panel intact. But Reed, I think they're second place behind Mark Hillman, the only two cars running at the time of the stoppage of the race. Obvious concern about that burning car, but I think you'll find though that the fire-resistant precautions taken on the cars are containing it to make sure it doesn't go through to the fuel tank. So anyway, I think the danger's past. The car certainly, if it was going to go up, would have gone by now. And there's the debris of the trailers, the wood everywhere, and certainly anyone needing firewood doesn't have too far to look here at Smeatharpe this afternoon. So it's been a fine afternoon's racing here at Smeatharpe, ending in the most spectacular fashion possible. We said the Bangor Caravan races were spectacular, but we didn't expect a fire like that. Certainly Graham Edmond got out the car quickly, on time, and has no problems himself. The car, a write-off obviously, and the Caravan's pretty well much the same themselves. So that's Bangor Caravan racing, a spectacular fiery end to things, unexpected completely, and the race winner, of course, Mark Hillman. Fortunately, the only damage done is to property rather than to people, and so with that, it's been a good afternoon's racing here at Smeatharpe. We've had some very good races, the mini stocks providing a surprise winner in Roy Goodman, keeping the trophy in his own hands, and the winner of the Bangors, of course, that 196 car of Paul Cossey. He didn't get too far in the Bangor Caravan race, but certainly a spectacular end to racing here at Smeatharpe. So with that, it's a very good afternoon, or good evening, from Smeatharpe Stadium.